Damn, why is there so much traffic here? So I just made it to Hanford, but there's a car sitting right there at the charger. Unless I pull in between them. I know this charger was having a little bit of issues last time. There's a guy sitting here, and that looks suspicious. There's a guy sitting right there in that white truck. So that looks a little bit suspicious. So I know there's two chargers there that aren't really working that well, but I think there's some chargers in the back. There's one right there, and it's got nice and shade, but got claustrophobia. You can see the windows are dirty. I was going to pull in to Lemoore and wash the car there because it only costs $1 right off the freeway. But I, decided to play it safe, and I'm just gonna drop a little juice in here, and then I'm gonna go over to Lemoore, and maybe I can wash the car there. But I should have pulled through here through Lemoore to get the ice for that ice chest. But because it's only $2 right there in Lemoore, and in Walmart the smallest bag of ice they got is $5, which is pretty freaking stupid, right? So you can see I still got 8 kilowatts left, and that's from leaving from the town of Avenel. I'm actually 4 miles past Avenel, so I imagine it would arrive home with like probably 6 kilowatts, 6.9. But anyway, I got here with 8 kilowatts, so I'm going to drop like 4 kilowatts, get about 12 miles, and that way I can just go straight to Lemoore and use the fast charge. Maybe I'll use the fast charge, maybe not. Probably not, to play it safe. And from there, straight home, because you can see how much miles I got left. I still got like 30 miles left, but that's on the way to Hanford. I know it looks dirty. I need to clean that. That's on the way to Hanford. But on the way back is uphill. So we'll check it on the way back. So I'm just going to drop a quick, 4 kilowatts into here. So that shouldn't take very long at all. And yeah, so you can see my indicators there. You can see that I've arrived. This usually will tell you how far you got to go. And this tells you how long you've been traveling, and how your average speed is 47, which I was really getting it on the way down here, like 62 miles an hour. So we've traveled 36 miles since I charged it up over in Avenel. And we were at, I don't remember, was it 16? I don't even remember if it goes up to 17. I don't remember. I think it does. I'm not sure. But anyway, so we're sitting at like 8. So I'm going to drop 9. Okay, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So I'm going to juice it up to about 12 kilowatts. And that way I can just take off straight back to Lemoore. And if there's an issue with these chargers over in Lemoore, which there has been lately, they called me, or they sent me a text message and said they fixed everything. But the other one, the other charger that's over near the bank that's supposedly supposed to be for free, I've never even had a chance to use the charger that actually works. The other side is in bad condition. So anyways, I just wanted to show you that, what's going on. And so I'm going to reach out here and hit this thing with about 4 kilowatts. All right, looking good, looking good. The good thing about this one here, in Hanford is that it's cheap. The kilowatts here are only 20 cents, 21 cents. Is that crazy? My kilowatts at home are like 40 cents. And if I go over a certain amount, it goes more than that. So this is cheaper than the electricity at my house. So that's pretty cool. And right next door at the, there's a facility right here next door. They supposedly have free charging, but from the things that I read the reviews, you can never find a spot. So they've only got 2, and there's always a couple Teslas pulled up there. So that was pretty cool. You know, that Tesla wasn't there draining the system this morning, so I was able to top off right there before I came, and that makes it really nice to get here with, you know, 30 extra miles to spare. So that's really good. And so this won't be too bad. I won't stay here for an hour. Right before you go shopping, it wears you out. You want to do your shopping and then do your charging, which is the case if you have a good battery with a lot of range. This is like the smallest battery there is, 24 kilowatts, and it's got like 25% degraded. It's degraded over the 12 years, it's degraded 25%. So there's a lady sitting in this car too. That's, how weird is that? A weird, ugly looking car. So that's what's going on. And let me see, I need to write something down. So I sent that package to this satanic evil agency. Oh man, did I lose my pen? I just barely brought that damn pen. So I sent that letter, and I sent it certified. Cost me almost $12. These certified mail with return receipt, proof of delivery, used to be like $7 just last year, and now it doubled basically, because that's crazy. So I told the guys it must be that the time is going by so fast. That's what it is. I mean, I've seen people retire from that post office. That's how long it's been. 25 years. That's craziness. They don't teach you that in school. So, because I had to do this stuff, I had to fire up my personal computer. And, well, you know, I haven't been using my personal computer because it's so cold out in the living room. It's so cold out in the living room that it's unbearable. So, well, now it's like early spring. I don't want to open the door because there's somebody in this car. Yep, sure is. So that's weird. The clementines I bought from the dollar store, nasty. Freaking, they've sprayed so much. It was like $4.50 or $5 for the clementines. They're like little small. They look like tangerine size. They sprayed so much freaking fungicide on them. It went right through the skin and into the fruit. You can taste it. It tastes like pure freaking fungicide. That's freaking gross, dude. I ain't buying no more freaking. I ain't buying no more tangerines. I won't buy tangerines from there again until they have organic. I ain't buying no more fruits like that. I ain't buying no fruits or vegetables lest they say organic. That way you don't have to deal with that crap. Freaking fungicide, freaking tastes nasty. So yeah, there's my list. Okay, I got my list. And I'm going back to Dave's Killer Bread because that freaking organic tortillas is straight freaking bullshit. They need to go down here to Walmart and grab some of those tortillas and send them in to be freaking spectral analyzed to find out what the hell kind of flour in there. I'll bet you dollars to donuts it's straight freaking enriched flour. I told you they are hell bent. They don't want to lose their business, and this is what's making everybody freaking give them all their business. The second largest business there is in the United States that profits off people being not well. That's why they're hell bent on putting the good stuff in there. Who's testing it? Nobody. So I'll bet they've got people and they tell them, you know, and then if anybody ever says anything, oh, the conveyor belt was supposed to go over here and we had these tortillas on this line going to these, and they accidentally, this worker accidentally put the organic labels on them, right? The regular freaking made with the trash flour that's designed to make you not well. It's designed to make you not well. That's what they're using. And over 90% of the flour tortillas that are sitting up on the shelves, and the corn tortillas, you can actually get organic corn tortillas. I think they're blue, which I'm going to try. I'm going to check and see if they have any. It's by the same company. So I wouldn't trust them. I wouldn't trust that they're actually going to be organic because I don't trust this company, the 2 packages that I bought. And oh, I didn't know I'm right next door to the highway patrol. I didn't know that. So this is a nice, safe place to get juiced up. And so I turn my leaf spy back on. Okay, yeah, so I got that taken care of. It cost me $11.60. You think for this, you could just snap a picture of it and that would be proof enough, right? Save yourself $12. But oh well. Okay. Yeah, snap a picture of it while you're at the post office. Or you can record it. Go live stream. Right? Save yourself 12 bucks. It's loaded up to YouTube, freaking documentation. That's a good idea. But that doesn't, you know, mean that they'll receive it. And so that would slow down everything down. Okay, so we got, yeah, so I was very disappointed with those clementines because they taste like pure freaking fungicide. You know that fungicide crap they spray on the produce? Have you caught on to it? Okay, so the Weather Underground. I started promoting this and I told you they're going to take it off the market. Right now they've got it on Amazon. Because I started using my personal computer again, I'm going to print this stuff out so that you can give you a visual of it. Okay, but for right now, this is all I've got right now. When I get home, I'm going to take care of this. I'm going to put it on photographic paper so I can show you these documentaries. But here's the name of the video that you might want to check out. You know, it's kind of like what's going on right now with ICE, how ICE is going against everybody. You know, some people saying, you know, that the orange man is doing a whole bunch of bad things, but you know, it's got to be that the creator is in charge, and there's a lot of people who need their cages rattled. There's been a lot of people ripping off, milking the system, and a lot of them I can see are getting their cradles rattled by this guy, right? Whether he's evil or not. Maybe the creator is using, if he's evil, maybe the creator is using this evil person as a punishment to these rascals who've been milking the system, selfish, only looking out for themselves. They're all getting their cages rattled. The only one who hasn't got their cage rattled, almost got their cage rattled, but then right away they stepped in and got all their checks mailed out to them. This one is the biggest of them all. And I'm not even going to mention what it is. Okay? I'm not going to mention who they are. Maybe one day I will, but that's where all the money's going, into this department, which funds this whole charade of them. Okay, so anyway, the name of this documentary it was made by Sam Green and something Siegel. Not the Siegel you're thinking about. But it's a documentary. It was released in, I think, 2002, and it shows you what was going on when people were really protesting from the heart, okay, against injustice. And everybody came together. The people from China under Mao Zedong, the people in Cuba who were rocking with Fidel Castro and Ernesto Guevara, and the American Indian movement, which is Native Americans, not Native Americans, and the Young Lords, the Northeast group of people called the Young Lords, and the Latin Kings, and the hippies. They all came together, and they called the military out on. Oh shoot! Let me turn this thing around. And the United States called military on them. And how did they get away with it? How did they get away with it? By using their go-to media, by saying hippies are a bunch of bums, right? They controlled the narrative, even though all these people were speaking against this, these people dropping napalm on men, women, and children. And still the people are so stupid, they bought it hook, line, and sinker, because they're a bunch of freaking boob tube zombies listening to these freaking people poison your mind. They're bums and all this stuff, right? So they called the military out on them, on all the hippies, all the American Indian movement, the Black Panther Party, the Young Lords, the Latin Kings, all of them. People who were rocking with the Cubans from Cuba, Fidel Castro, and the people from China who were rocking with Mao Zedong. Okay, they called the military on them, and you can see it on this documentary. It's called The Weather Underground. And I was telling the people, I'm going to make a picture so that you can see what the DVD looks like, because it's actually available right now still on Amazon. But I don't suspect it'll be on there for very long, because the other two DVDs that I used to promote, they pulled those off the market, which are Aaron Russo's Mad as Hell and The Murder of Fred Hampton. They pulled them off the market, and I suspect they'll do the same thing with this one, because of the effort they're putting into obfuscating, hiding this video that used to be all over YouTube, Now they got all kinds of freaking decoys, subterfuges of people talking about the movie, about the documentary. It'll put your ass to sleep. It's so freaking boring. They put a thumbnail out there like it's really exciting, and they're not. They're trying to make it leave a bad taste in your mouth for the DVD so that you will not pursue getting the DVD, which is available on Amazon right now. It's a documentary, and I'm not even going to tell you to go look for it on YouTube because they've hidden it. Okay? And it's called The Weather Underground. So if you go places and you watch movies, I guess IMD or I don't know where, but they have the DVD on Amazon right now. There was like 3, and then one person said they had 9 left in stock. It's got one of them has a picture of 3 people. They're teenagers, and that one of them has like a guy wearing one of those bicycle helmets and a gas mask, because they were shooting tear gas at him. But this will show you that the people who are protesting now is a freaking joke. They're doing it to be on YouTube. They're doing it to be on YouTube, and they're out there selling hot dogs and popcorn. They're bored. They don't have compassion. They're not passionate about this, about standing up to injustice. And a lot of them are stupidity. That's why they're getting their getting taken out, because they're out here throwing snowballs at people with freaking guns. Okay? And so this one will tell you what time it is when it comes to standing up against an evil, satanic, oppressive government. And so that's the Weather Underground. Okay? And so if you want to check out some of my stuff, I don't have the Weather Underground on my Facebook anymore, but I have Aaron Russo's Mad as Hell. Okay? And it is from this one person on YouTube. For whatever reason, there's only one person on YouTube where it is a decent copy. Not as good as the DVD quality, but it is a decent enough that it gets my stamp of approval. And so I've got it on my Facebook page, and this is my Facebook name if you want to go check it out. Okay? That's Aaron Russo's Mad as Hell. And then I've got some other stuff on there too. I think I've got Aaron Russo's America, Freedom to Fascism on there, which you also definitely want to check out. But Mad as Hell, that's the one I really promote because it's really interesting, and it's really good. Where America, Freedom to Fascism is just stuff that you really need to know, but it doesn't have all the charisma and pizzazz and good stuff in it with the good energy as his Mad as Hell by Aaron Russo. But they're both there on this page. Okay, and if you hopefully you'll watch Mad as Hell first. Okay, that's really the whole thing. And when it looks like it's going to end, it doesn't end. It just goes on, and then he starts interviewing 3 people, and they start talking about the most corrupt sheriff department in the United States, which is the San Bernardino Sheriff's Department. At least at that time it was. I don't know if it still is. And so yeah, if you watch it, make sure when it looks like it's ending, just hang on for like a minute or 2, then it starts back up, and he interviews 3 people, 1 guy and 2 chicks, and they're sitting down at a chair, and they're talking about the San Bernardino Police Department, Sheriff's Department, and what they did. And so now on his other movie, hopefully you'll watch that one first, but on his other documentary, which is called America, Freedom to Fascism, okay, this will show you some stuff that you should know about, okay? And for those of you who do not believe it, I don't know what to tell you, okay? But for those of you who are really super smart and do not believe it, you know, um, scholars, people who read books, people in college with 4.0 grade averages, if you watch it and you don't believe it, then read this book by G. Edward Griffin. It's called The Creature from Jekyll Island. I know I forgot to write island down there, but like I said, I'm going to be showing you all this stuff. I just started working on my computer again. It was freaking winter for the last 2 months, December and January. I could not access this because it's too freezing out there. Okay, I'm going to start showing you these pictures. The name of the book is called The Creature from Jekyll Island, and it will make you a believer. Okay? If you don't believe the documentary. Now, people who are not 4.0 grade average students and are not freaking scholars, don't even attempt to watch the movie. Don't even attempt to read the book, because you will not like it. Okay? It'll bore you to sleep. And because it's sugar coated and you won't understand it. Okay, now, is everybody paying attention to Chris Norland? He's a Trump hater. Okay, he's a Trump hater, but I don't know. I don't really know any people who really are supporters. But either way, you might want to listen to what he says, you know, to get both sides of the story. I know he exaggerates, okay, just like everybody else exaggerates, right? Everybody's pointing the finger at Orange Man, right? And but yeah, just so that you get both sides of the story, because we don't really know what's going on, right? We don't know if the creator is using Orange Man to punish, right, the evildoers. But anyhow, this is the one movie by Aaron Russo, America, Freedom to Fascism, and you'll find it on my Facebook. Okay? So that's all I've got for right now. Let me see how many. Hopefully the signal's good, because I didn't check it. And I'm going to be signing out here, and I don't see any people in here, but I see people have left comments. So thank you, people who left the comments. Some of these names are so weird. Okay, and there's somebody from Arabia, I guess. That looks like Arabia. Okay, well, you three people who are in here leaving messages, thanks. I don't know how I would interpret that, because you'd have to copy and paste it. But let's see what's going on with Leaf Spy. Let's put this back to where it's supposed to be, and then we'll get over there with the stuff and get on down to Chillimore and charge this puppy up and make a beeline back to Avenel, because I told you it's uphill. It's uphill back to Avenel, and so I want to make sure that I'm completely juiced up. So let this thing kick back. Okay, there it kicked back on, and it says I've only got 11 kilowatts so far. So that's 40 miles. I got here with 8, right? 8, 9, 10. So I put in 2 kilowatt hours. So I'll probably stay here another about 6 minutes. And because this is 40 miles, and Leemore is a good, 8 miles. So that'd be 8, 16. Yeah, I'd barely be able to make it back if something goes on over there. So I'll probably be charging up here up to 12. So that'll probably take another, what, 5 minutes or 8 minutes, maybe 10 minutes. Because you can see I'm charging here at 5,000. Whoops. I'm charging at 5,000 watts right now. So that's 5 kilowatts. So I'm charging at 5,000 watts right now. And if I, go in here and get the stuff and then run down to Leemore, grab a bag of ice, then run up to the charger, and I can plug into the fast charger. And the fast charger charges at, like when you first kick it on, it charges at 40,000 watts. So that's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. That's like 8 times faster. So what takes you a half hour on that fast charger, it's only going to take like 5 minutes. And so that helps out a lot. And so I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to wait for it to get up to 12, because that'll give me 48 miles, take off up there. And then if there's a problem with the chargers, I have to run all the way back over here to Hanford and finish charging up over here, because there's only 3 chargers in Leemore. Can you believe that? A military town. It's about 8 miles down the road, I think. Okay, so it's 19th Avenue. This is 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. It's 7 miles down the road. A military town. They have a military base in Leemore. And they got a college in Leemore. This town doesn't have no college. Hanford don't got no college. They got a little rinky dink. Hey, look this. There's a big old cat right here. All right, where are you at? Oh, hey. And Leemore has all this stuff, but yet Hanford is loaded with chargers, and Leemore has 3 chargers. But one of them's a fast Chathamons, what this car needs. And so I'm gonna, after I get my stuff, I'm gonna run over there and see if the fast charger, because they told me that they sent me a text, said that they fixed it. And well, I kind of really didn't want to be using a fast charger on here, right? But I might. I'll decide when I get there. Alrighty. So I'll be here for like another 5 minutes. It's almost up to 12. It's charging really fast now. It's almost up to 12. Then I'm gonna take off, grab this stuff, and come back on live. So what's Bitcoin doing right now? It when I looked at it this morning, it was at 70. It had dipped down to 62, and now it's back up to 70. So I told you what I think it's going to do. It's going to move sideways for 1 month, and then it's going to either take a dip or it's going to go to the moon and start on its course back up. Let's just say that, not go to the moon. The possibility of going to the moon is always there. But I think it's going to be, again, 50-50 chance at this point of going up or down. And so if it takes the dip, I think it's going down to 40. Okay. And if it starts to climb, I don't know. I don't know if it's going to the moon or what it's going to do. But that's my prediction. I think it's going to move sideways for 1 month, because that's where the next juncture is. And where you have these lines crossing your 30-day average and your 7-day average, whatever, and the one crosses over the other each other, then like about 3 or 4 months after that, it freaking takes off. And that's about what it's about to do right now. They're coming together like this, crossing right into the average, and one's going to cross over the other. And that's why I'm saying I think it's going to move sideways for 1 month, and then it's going to do something. Okay, but as it is right now, it took the biggest dump in history that Bitcoin has ever taken. At least that's what I heard yesterday. All righty. So thanks for tuning in, and we'll talk to you in a little bit.